Thank you, Mr. Contestant Master, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. My wife, who, by the way, is not a medical doctor, is very knowledgeable about disorders. Shortly after we got married, she diagnosed me with IHBL, commonly known as I hate being late disorder. When it comes to being on time, there are two types of people. Those who are usually on time and those who are usually late. I don't believe there is a third kind. You're either early or you're either late, and you know exactly which group you fall into. For those of us who are usually on time, we hate arriving 1 or 2 minutes late. In fact, we feel like we're always missing something. So we always try to arrive there just a bit early. Most recently, I was so anxious about a job interview that I had arrived at my scheduled interview 8 minutes early, only to find out that I was there 24 hours and 8 minutes early. Yes, it is funny now, but it wasn't funny then. In fact, it was very embarrassing, especially because the room, the lobby, was full of people. God has a great sense of humor. He matched me up with somebody who does not share my sense of timeliness and urgency. In fact, she is quite the opposite. She is not here today, so I can tell you this little bit about her. Last year, my daughter was late so often to school that I almost fired her until I found out that it would cost me an extra $2,400 a year to bus her to her school. Not to mention the other side effects of firing your own wife. On Sunday mornings, when we go to church, it's very difficult for us to usually make it on time. My wife can wake up 1 hour, 2 hours, even 3 hours early, but somehow we just can't make it on time. We go to service at 10:30 in the morning. I like to leave the house no later than 10 after 10. At 5 after 10, I announce to my wife that my daughter and I are going to be in the car waiting for her. 8 minutes after 10, my wife is nowhere to be seen. I'm thinking, okay, a light tap on the horn just to let her know that she needs to be working her way to the door. 9 after 10, she's not out yet. So I honk again, this time just a little bit longer, just to let her realize that we need to leave soon. 10 after 10, she's still not out. I get out of the car, walk to the door, stick my head inside the door to ask if everything is okay. Only to find out that she's on the phone with her friend talking about somebody's hair extensions. 11 after 10. I'm still waiting and she's nowhere to be found. I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm just thinking, what's going on? Should I go in there and let her know that I'm leaving without her? Should I honk on that horn to let her know that I've had it? Or should I just bow down and pray to God that He changes her to be more like me? At 12 after 10, she is still not out. It is just driving me up the wall. 13 after 10, she finally walks through that door without any sense of urgency. As she walks her way through the garage, she notices that there's something out of place. She walks towards it, picks it up, and puts it back in place. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with her? How could that be more important than getting to church on time? But I have a plan B. I figured that I could speed up and get us to our destination on time, or at least save a few minutes. Soon after we pull out of the driveway, I start increasing my speed. And would you know it, I start hitting every single red light. It makes me even go faster. Finally, we get there to church, only to find out that the parking lot is full and they're turning people home. I've tried everything. I've even gone as far as moving the clock 5 minutes all over the house, including her car. But there are some things that you just can't change.